what's up? I'm Zoe. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at my bookshelves. I feel like a bookshelf tour is pretty basic. I don't go through every single book, but I do talk about some of the books that I have and give you a little tea on my thoughts. I did reorganize them back during Vlogmas, and I will link that video somewhere so that you can watch if you want to go back and see the whole process behind that. But my shelves are something that I really love right now, and I just think that they look really good. I love how they turned out. So I really hope that you enjoy it too. Without any further delay, let's get into this bookshelf tour. I don't know how long it's gonna take with all my talking, okay? All right, so this is the first shelf, I guess. The farthest shelf, the dump shelf. This is pretty stuffed, and it really isn't meant to be like cute or anything like that. Yeah, and then I have this picture of BTS, which I guess we don't need to look at that right now. Obviously, we have The Starsight and Skyward, which is by Brandon Sanderson. I recently dropped this series officially. Then we have the Stalking Jack the Ripper series. Even though I have to say, when this first came out, this was like my first series that I think I was like intensely following when I got back into reading. And with each book, I feel like I was a little less interested in it, even though I still loved it because I loved it. But like, there was just more stuff that I was just like, why would you do that? Like, why was that necessary? You know? But I don't know how I feel on a reread of the whole thing, which one day I would actually love to reread this to see how I feel. Kingdom of the Wicked. Kingdom of the Curse, I think, is somewhere else, but I obviously dropped this series. I have a whole video on doing that. A Court of Silver Flames and Crescent City. I read these two books within a 72-hour period, and I finished each of them in less than 10 hours. I don't know what was going on, but clearly a lot. I had a lot of thoughts, a lot of opinions, and I'm pretty sure I did write a review of it if you want to go and stalk it on Goodreads. I don't know. I probably said some really outlandish things because I was on no sleep. V.E. Schwab, yes. So V.E. Schwab is actually an not actor. What am I talking about? See, this is why I don't do things like this. I don't know what to say. V.E. Schwab is an author that I no longer read. Fun fact. Is that a fun fact? I feel like these aren't fun facts. These are quite sad facts. I don't read her anymore because I hate how she writes females. I do. I just don't know. No. Every single female character she has written, I have hated with like a passion. Besides the little girl in this book. That was the only girl that she has ever written that I have liked and not wanted to fight for some reason. And I don't know. It's a very unique thing to her, and I'm not going back to read more, which makes me sad because then I look at this book and I'm like, fuck, I have the other two books in this series. And if you know, the second book follows, what's her name? Lila? Is that her name? I feel like it is because I always say Lila Garrity every single time I think about it. But yeah. The next book follows Lila, and that is greatly the reason why I have not finished this series, even though I really wanted to get to the last book. I love how she writes men for some reason. Every single this sounds so horrible. Shadow of the Fox, such a great series. Yeah, the last book made me cry, I promise you. I was not expecting it, but the tears, the boo-hoos, whew, it was intense. Children of Blood and Bone, probably the best book that I read when I first got back into reading, and I was like, oh my god, this is what they're doing in publishing now for the girls. Like, this was everything to me. And then I read the second book, and I wished that I had never bothered with this series ever in life because I hated the second book with everything in me. I honestly don't even care if there is a third one.
Is this really a bookshelf tour, or is this just me talking shit about every single book?
I don't really have strong opinions towards like these books. It's just kind of that I don't think they're like my most favorite thing in the world. Even though I think The Cruel Prince I love, it's just that this doesn't have the dust jacket and I don't have the other ones. So I feel like that's the only reason why this is here. What is this? Something about a raft. Something. I liked these books too, but I think the second one just kind of wasn't everything that I wanted. This is something about a duke, but I just have this because I don't know why I still have that. This was really good. This was really good. This I feel like I liked less and less this I feel like I liked less and less the more I thought about it, but in the moment I loved it. Yeah, so this is my talking shit shelf. Pretty much everything here went to crap, minus a few that just kind of ended up here because they did. I don't know. So now we have this shelf that has Destiny's Child looking over it, but for now we're gonna take Destiny's Child off of here so we can like actually talk about what's on the shelf. This shelf is, I want to say like a contemporary shelf, not per se, not contemporary romance, but it is probably more contemporary. And then there's like Lore Olympus, which makes no sense. But yeah, this shelf probably will fill up a lot more this year. There was no real reason to the books that I decided to leave facing out in comparison to everything else, I don't think. You can see I have Bunny and Beach Read, and then that's like the first Bridgerton book, and then Lore Olympus, and then Shine by Jessica Jung, and then this is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I feel like this is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is On the Come, no, this is not On the Come Up. I could easily just look, I don't know what I'm doing. He like passed away and they like tried to get his music played on the radio. You know, it's not worth it. This is On the Come Up. This is Concrete Rose. Let me look at the tabs. This has to be It Ends With Us. This is, who knows what this is. One of these has to be People We Meet on Vacation because I hated that book, but I think I probably just wanted to keep it with the Emily Henry. I did like Beach Read, but it wasn't my favorite thing in the world, let's be real. One of these is probably Dating Dr. Dill and, you know, books. They're books. I guess that's all I have to say about this shelf. Oh, I just want to show this off. I have like all these copies of Shine because she did this really cool thing with it that was kind of like photo cards. And you get like, you can collect the covers. There were 3. I didn't get the 3rd one. They didn't have it at my Barnes & Noble, so I only ended up with these 2. But yeah, you could collect the covers kind of like how you collect photo cards, and I thought that was genius. Like literally the perfect thing. And the whole rollout for this book was set up like a K-pop comeback, which I thought was so cute. And then I got the Korean version of the book because the cover is so pretty, and it also came with photo cards. Now let's look at all of the cubes. They're very beautiful. I love this. But first up, we have this one with Sasha. Yes, she looks amazing. I feel like this is probably like my favorite books ever. We have the To All the Boys I Loved Before series, which I've read over many times. It is just that series that even though I know there are tons of flaws in this, every single time I reread this though, I really do genuinely love Peter and Laura Jean. Like, they are so cute and I love them. Do I think they would last? Probably not. I think the only way they would be able to last is if they broke up and came back together later in life. This is Everything, what is this called? I was gonna call it Everything Everywhere Ever All at Once. The Unexpected Everything. I loved this book when I first read it. I probably should reread it. You Deserve Each Other, perfection, need to reread that. The Brown Sisters trilogy. Yes, this is a trilogy. I do not own the last book. I know. Shame on me. I need that book. I want to reread the trilogy though because obviously it has been a really long time since I read all of them, and I feel like I should do that. And so maybe I will do that this year when I finally get Eve Brown, I think I'm missing. These are obviously just here to hold the books up because otherwise they're just gonna flop over. And then I have Daisy Jones and the Six, which was my first Taylor Jenkins Reid book. Audiobook is the experience though. Even though the first time I read it, I didn't have the audiobook, but the audiobook, go that way. We have quite a few books here. Christina Yang Pop, and then Wonder Woman Pop, Becoming by Michelle Obama, and then The Meaning of Mariah Carey, which were both memoirs that I really loved. And then I have like The Hate You Give, and then I'm pretty sure The Vanishing Half, and then this is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty. What is it? Oh, this is Turn of the Key. Anyway, but they're nice books. And I thought it was different to put the books on the shelf like this, so I kind of like how it looks. I have a Violet from The Incredibles Pop, which I love because I got the chase and it's so cool. And then I have my Stranger Things book, and then I have 11 and Lucas for Stranger Things Pops. And then I have the first 4 books in the Truly Devious universe, and I love this series. I just love how, like, bland this shelf is. It's my favorite thing about it. So I have an owl, piggy bank actually. And then I have the Light Fury, I have my Nancy Drew books, and then my other Nancy Drew books, and then a Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But I thought it was fitting. You get what I'm doing here. I love this so much. This is just BTS and LE SSERAFIM, who are probably currently my favorite groups, but also because I just needed somewhere to put the albums. I really thought it would be cute to have like a BTS little cubby over here just to have seen in my videos, even though I literally have a whole BTS shelf. Like, they're right here. They're right here. But I did think it would be cute to have like a little cubby on here and then display a light stick, because I have way too many light sticks. And yeah, but I have the fan meat back there. I have the little whale. I have the Jack in the Box little album things. These are 2 LE SSERAFIM albums, Jin Solo, Proof, and then Indigo, and another LE SSERAFIM album. Now let's go down. So this one, I really just didn't know where to put these. So they just kind of ended up here, and I decided to put Jade as the main thing because I feel like her color scheme matches these books. And I left these turned out because I just thought it looked nicer. The Saga graphic novels, I have like this one, and then I have the actual book because I thought that this was a better deal financially to get this off of Amazon than to keep buying these individually. So that is why I bought the book. And yes, I have Uzumaki and Tomi, which are both by Junji Ito. I love I don't like horror. I feel like this is something that I have established over the time on here. I don't like horror, but something about these, I can tolerate it. Then we have the Poppy War. We won't talk about that. I love the book. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying because it's like, if you know, you know. Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I really need to reread this series because I have not reread this since probably pre-pandemic, and I kind of just am curious to see if it holds up. I'm just filled with books. I just didn't know where else to put them. I have 2 Can Keep a Secret, The Year of the Witching, In a Dark, Dark Wood. And then these are like the BTS books that I got and read, and I just put them there because I didn't have any more room on my BTS shelf. I know it's not the biggest book collection over here. I think my TBR shelf is more overstacked with books, and I do have book piles around my room because there are some books that I couldn't stand them, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I may as well use these to hold up something. Not gonna lie. The bookshelves look great, and I love the lights. The stars are my favorite part over here. Even though the actual lights inside of here don't work, I still love it because I just think the stars look really pretty. So, did you like it? I really love how my bookshelves look now, and I think being able to film in front of them is going to make me so happy again. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, comment, subscribe, turn on alert. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!
I've been going nowhere lately. It's time to start all over and go for it. 'Cause they don't even know me yet. But that's something I don't regret. Every night I close my eyes and see I'm in lavender dreams, baby.